Today, whoo, I'm trying to get y'all to understand. You already know, you've been asking for it. We've been bringing it. We've been waiting, anticipating the greatness of what we about to do. Is woo-woo. My man, Big Hoodoo. For the known and chosen few that understand who this man is, we about to get into some business on the Moorish Mudd show, just so you know.
Load up, roll up, sit down, get comfortable. Talk to me, King.
We are back.
Yeah.
We are in effect. Direct effect. It took us a while. They don't know.
Time is irrelevant.
It's that shit is so irrelevant. However, I just want to jump into one question, man. I'm gonna start off like this.
Shoot.
Why do you do the hoodoo that you do?
Well,
I don't know if anyone's ever asked you that question.
the hoodoo that I do is a little bit different from what's generically or generally known. It's not a, ain't a setup, ain't a gimmick. It ain't, what most people have, might think it is, rather, from what it is to be. It's just a family practice, man. It's just that simple, It's spiritual. It's what I embody, who I am, what I bring to the table, how I get down, what I fuck with. Period. And, some people believe in the mojo. Some people don't. Some people have it. And some people can't.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't, when I started off, it wasn't something that was in the forefront of what I was doing. But as I got educated on the way knowledge of the world and how spirituality kind of runs what a lot of things in art and entertainment are, then I was able to tap in. I'm blessed. Been blessed for a long time, You
Yes.
blessed too.
Hey, brother, I've been watching it.
We here now. Look
Yes.
at us.
Just documenting like everything that you started as, like from everybody seen the interview earlier, you know what I'm saying?
With the doubler.
With
That's
the
my guy.
doubler.
Shout out to Doubler.
Yeah, shout out to Doe Doubler, because Doe Doubler, you know what I'm saying?
Guy.
Yes. However, the people in the comments was going hamburger. Like,
Were they?
oh man, it was hamburgerness. It was, hey man, it was cut too short. Oh man, we had to, because
awesome.
in the.
That's awesome. I'm glad y'all paying attention.
We back, Juggalos.
We back. Woo woo.
Woo woo. We up in here. So,
They know I came from the mud, man. I'm from West Side, 7 Mile, Detroit City, born and raised. I came up under the gods, literally. Awesome Dre, Merciless Amir, Detroit's Most Wanted, DJ Los, Esham,
powerhouses.
Blade Icewood, Rock Bottom, Proof, M, 5 Ella, the Dreadnoughts, Fat Killers.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I rose in a time where Motown was reborn with a relentless pursuit of what we weren't given and what we didn't receive when Barry Gordy was around.
Snatching collars, bringing the Mo back to the town.
Man, I was blessed to be around and grow up around the pioneers and the dudes that, if they didn't do it and didn't do it the way that they did it, we wouldn't be sitting here today.
Correct.
We reap the benefits from the work that was put in
Yes.
Just like 50 years of hip hop, like, you know, in the 80s, they put the foundation down. In the 90s, we understood that we could be empowered with our talent, our creativity, our God-given blessings and things of that nature, and they flourished. But Detroit was kind of left behind in that movement.
I agree.
So you fast forward, now we have the knowledge, we have the business sense.
Yes.
We even have the swag. Detroit is a swag now, like, for lack of a better phrase, like the way we rap, the way we dress, that's always been, you know, but the style, the Detroit style and our sound is a cornerstone now in the music genre, in the movement of how hip hop is going today.
True.
So I'm extremely proud to be a part of it and come from the origination of it. That's, as you know, that's like my
baptized.
nigga. You feel me? We were anointed by the OGs, you know.
Straight bloodline too.
Yeah.
There's no skipping. There's no. I say everyone who came from where we come from paid their dues.
Absolutely.
I don't know nobody who has not.
Not in our circle.
Nah.
Not in our circle.
Whatever you were doing at that time, or whatever you was rapping about, you had to be about.
Our era.
We came from a different.
Our era was hip hop in the hallways of high school. Mm-hmm. Backpack somewhat, or the thugging. You know, however it was, you know what I'm saying, smoking weed.
We had drugs in the backpacks. They just didn't know that. No,
we were introduced to it, and then I was blessed in the way of, I didn't really get like nepotism, but I was blessed in the way of nepotism because my cousin is awesome, Dre.
And Dre is awesome, by the way.
Dre is awesome. He
Dre
is the original OG pioneer of Detroit rap. He was the first signed artist from Detroit.
Yes.
Hip hop rap genre.
Had Mo D and LL Tech Nines to him with
and that was my big cousin. I was everywhere with him in the origin story.
Right.
And so that's how my nepotism came.
Right.
But he didn't.
But no, it's not like he wrote your rhymes.
He didn't push me on. None of that.
He really took.
I grew up in the game, schooled, learned, adapted, grew, and became me. You know.
Fast forward to 2013.
Yeah.
Crystal Skull, man.
Yes, sir. Crystal Skull is my origin story. So,
it's a lot of power in that. Just first off,
thank you, sir.
As a Detroit pioneer,
you are.
That I am. This ain't no bragging. I'm just saying that.
You don't have to.
No, I don't. And that album was fire, bro. I did not know, because I've been busy doing what I've been doing.
For sure.
So a lot, like, it's Rakim albums I ain't heard.
For sure.
It's Snoop albums I ain't heard.
For sure.
It's, you know what I mean? It's certain albums that I just not have heard. And when I do grab an album, and I do sit down, and I do my testament, my study, and like, for real, elaborate ears. I ain't bullshit.
It's a vacation that you go on.
It took me on the trip.
Yeah.
It took me to that same. It's like the Juggalo. Like, I didn't know I was a Juggalo until I got into the Juggalos and started hanging out with them. And then I started realizing people was into the same movies, cult-like classics, like horror. A lot of the shit that I'm into, like my dark side of my, Hellraiser and, just cult classic movies and just Detroit, and especially with The Evil Dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's just an obsession with all of us with that.
It was filmed here.
Yes, and it was filmed here.
Michigander.
And yes, and all of what that is,
ours.
That's what I'm saying.
It's ours. It's Motown.
Yes.
We own the rights to this piece of history from Detroit, from Michigan.
Right.
That's us.
Right.
Yeah. We feel a certain way about all of the things from Detroit, from Michigan. Every Detroiter, we have a certain side or a piece or part of us that loves Detroit things like a brother or another mother, like a sibling. You can't say nothing about Detroit shit. You can't talk down about an artist. You can't talk about our city.
Oh,
you
no.
can't fucking any negativity. Even if the shit sucks and we know it, you can only say something about it.
Oh
if you're
yeah,
from
somebody
here.
else say something. It's like when the Lions, shout out to the Lions, we love y'all, man. When the Lions lost, I heard it was a lot of bragging and
This is the thing.
a few people got stepped on.
How long
jaws got
have they
cracked?
not been good? So when they're doing good,
Yeah,
don't refer to
don't.
when it's not a good thing. Oh man, here go the same old shit. No man, don't do that. It's fair weather friend, a fair weather fan, whatever they call it and shit. Our team has been incredibly shitty for a very long time. And now that they are on fucking fire, soon as they drop the ball in one little participle of what people like, man, oh man, nah, man. Cheer them boys on, man.
Yes.
We're in a different bracket, in a different echelon than we've been in. How long? How many decades?
At least
Them boys winning
3
games. What the Detroit Lions is doing right now has the whole entire downtown thriving.
Yes, I agree.
So,
and it's a new spirit in the city too when you're around.
Salute and shout out and uplift
Yes.
what they are doing, their accomplishments. Don't soon as they lose the game be like, man, he's doing like, come on, man. We've been losing games for decades.
Right, we used to that.
They're winning games now.
nothing.
Don't hold your nose in the air when a fumble comes or when an L comes and shit and be like, man, these are the same old Lions.
That's right.
Support, uplift, you know what I mean? Because the
right.
boys is doing something that we ain't seen in how long, bro.
I did never seen in my days and times.
Shout out to my guys. I'm
loving y'all.
I'm on the 20-yard line.
Thank you.
Season passes. So when y'all see me, shout.
Thank you.
Flat out. But yeah, man. Crystal
Skull, man. Yes.
It was my first inception into Psychopathic Records.
Okay, so give me the I need your Dr. Doom story.
Okay.
You're going for Victor Vaughn,
Okay.
which is Doe Doubler,
So
and then you know what I mean, the transition and the
Doe
energy
Doubler was
you
killing the city at this time.
Of course.
He was on 98 JLB.
Yes.
Shout out to TJ.
Yes.
What's Next on the Menu, where he showcased and featured Saturday nights, the best of Detroit hip hop.
Yes.
For the first time ever in Detroit, local talent didn't get played. TJ was the first person and to step out and say, yo,
Respect.
we playing this and y'all need to hear this, and he gave us that lane. And so Doe Doubler approached it with vengeance. He was getting played. TJ, everything he gave TJ was getting played, and then all of a sudden he was getting booked with the highest artists in the game at the time.
Right.
Rick Ross,
Right.
T.I., who was my man down with Young L.A. that was popping in, Waka Flocka.
Oh wow.
He did Return of the Legends, DMX,
Yeah.
fucking what's my man with the chains? Slick Rick,
Ooh.
Dougie Fresh.
Ooh, I saw the pictures. Yeah,
Ghetto
yes.
Boys,
Ooh.
like a ton of the pioneers.
Ooh.
And plus, with Awesome Dre also being like a conduit for a lot of things, he was just extremely blessed. And so from that, with Awesome Dre, he was able to meet up with ICP. And that introduction to ICP was just a beautiful friendship. Just really cool, like from fucking day zero. And as that relationship progressed, Doe Doubler's on TV. He's on all the channels talking about he's going to Joe Louis. Joe Louis was sold out. Shout out to 955. 955 picked some of the music up, played it, had him on the home site and all of that. So when a lot of those things started to pop off and continue to kind of flourish, it's really out of nowhere on the strength of the music. That's when Doe Double was introduced to ICP, built that relationship and rapport, and then from there, Hoodoo was introduced. And so once Hoodoo was introduced, Violent J loved it, Shaggy 2 Dope loved it, and then we started creating from there. The paint was all my idea. It wasn't, Hoodoo is just something that it's a family thing. It goes back a little ways or whatever. So it wasn't in the forefront of any of my artistry. It was just
because my man was the Bows. I know my man from them Bows.
Double brought Bows in.
The Bows was in.
He's been hustling from 7 Mile West Side forever since Shoe Fly to a new high. You know what I mean?
And then I heard the signs and the times and the Necronomicon and. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing knowledge build. I'm hearing the science and the information coming in. I'm saying in the crystal skulls. A lot of people don't know what that is. I said my man came in on day one, and that ain't no.
I gotta give credit where credit is due. The understanding of what Hoodoo could and would bring to the table all comes from Violent J.
Wow. So what was that relationship like?
That was my big brother. Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope were the fucking dopest big brothers you could ever want to have. That I was blessed to fall into this family.
Wow.
Just because Awesome Dre, honestly, was my cousin. They grew up listening to him. I grew up listening to them. So when I come along,
everybody listening to you now.
Sort of, in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Violent J was just, he was like, yo man, I really want you on Psychopathic, but the Doe Double and shit, like Juggalo's like kind of broke. They ain't really, you know what I'm saying? They didn't, the hood mentality and the hustler shit, it's like I feel like they won't really attach to it, vibe with it and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I was like, okay, I get that, it's all
too
good.
Fussy, man. You want to take the chain off a little bit.
I understand
not too
that.
much bling.
I
you gotta have 50 G's on your pocket every time you go out.
I completely understand that.
Every time?
And we got to talking and well, we was just kicking it, vibing together and shit. And he was telling me about.
So y'all in the studio? Like, give me the setting.
Nah. We're at his crib. You know what, man? Shout out. This is something that was meant to be. And I'm gonna tell you how.
I already know what it is. That's why I'm mentioning
my
something.
two daughters. I have 6 girls. So So after I met and was cool with, my 2 daughters were born on Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope's birthday.
That is auspicious.
The exact same day.
That sound like some of that hoodoo.
So we kicking it, we talking. This is crazy. Kids is playing or whatever. We talking and shit. And I'm like, yeah, man, I understand. And, we get to talk about movies. Movies was what brought it up.
Okay.
Movies. We kicking about movies and shit.
Movies, here we go.
He's telling me about the movies that he used to watch and all of this cool shit. And I was telling him about, I don't know if it was, I think it was one of the Tales from the Dark Side or whatever. One of these,
the 90s,
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt.
The lady, wasn't it the skeleton?
The skeleton.
Yeah. Okay. So they did some voodoo shit, and I was like, man, this and that. He's like, yeah, man, I've always wanted to sign an artist that practices or knows about, like magic. That's like, It's always been an interest of mine. I was like, yeah, my family, comes from, and we've been and I know a little bit. It's like, what? And it was. We talk. And he was like, I got it. Hoodoo. If you don't want to do it, fuck it, we ain't got to do nothing. Don't worry about it. It's good. It's all good.
That was the name. He came at you like Russell came with Run DMC.
Hoodoo.
It was like,
if you don't want to do it, it's all good. I understand. But I think that shit would be fucking fire. You're tall. Like big Hoodoo, big da. And I'm like, Hoodoo. I'm like, yeah, it's like not. It's a thing. It's not really, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
You talking about yeah.
You're like, get fucking. If you don't want to do it, don't worry about it. You know, whatever. You know, the intense, violent J can be and shit.
Right.
So I'm like, no, like, wait, you know, I don't. I'm not saying, you know.
Right. I'm not saying no.
Let me think about it.
I'm hearing it for the first time.
Listen, if you.
I'm not jumping for joy. Yeah.
If you think that when you leave here, ain't no time to think about it.
Oh,
you leave here, you saying that you ain't cool with it, then fuck it. Literally.
Oh wow. It was dope, man. That's like the.
So.
He knew what he was talking about.
Let me see. Is Puff coming to Detroit? Is Jay Prince? Oh, you know what? Suge might come here and sign somebody.
Nah, I don't think so.
No,
he busy.
None of that.
Right now. Suge Knight Jr. maybe his son maybe.
So at that time, with things going the way they were going, and what Violent J was kind of kicking to me, and what he was teaching me and showing me, and what I understood, it was a no-brainer. Honestly, it was a no-brainer. I was completely immersed in the whole business ideology, understanding, and the role that I played coming into Psychopathic. Now, if you out there doing your homework, when I came to Psychopathic, Twisted and everybody else had just left. You know about that?
Yes.
Everybody had left the label. So Violent J told me, this is dope, we're gonna do it, everything 100. And when we finished doing the album, he was like, let's not put it out.
Why not?
Let's wait.
Wait for what?
Because if we put this out now, you're gonna get a tremendous amount of backlash, because they're gonna feel like and think
you're replacing the because it's a family.
And I don't want that to happen.
I got you.
He was like, right now it's like a divorce to the public, to
they're
the family.
very sensitive.
It's like mom and dad got divorced.
And you know what? You know what another thing too is?
So,
real quick, I gotta say, you're a real spitter. Twisted with some real spitters.
Those are my bros. I was in the studio with Twisted.
Not taking nothing from nobody, but when that
I was in the
spitter
studio
retreat.
with Twisted. We did the one of the ciphers. I don't know if it, whatever cipher it was. We in the junkyard. This was a while ago. This is when before I even got signed. I was sitting there writing with Mad Rocks, and sitting there writing, with Twisted.
Right.
And he kept rolling up weed, passing it to me. Rolling up, passing it to me. I'm like, damn, Even, matter of fact, even before that, when I came, because I used to just hang out in the studio, because I had a relationship with Joe and Joey and shit from the gathering when I first met them and shit. And they go, come to the studio anytime. Of course, you got a dope ass studio.
Man, come on, I'm in there, right?
So I had came in this one day, and it just so happened that everybody had saw that commercial that the doublet that was on for the farewell, whatever, the big show at the Joe. That's what it was.
Gotcha.
It was on every channel, and it was like Detroit's own Double and shit. So I'm at the studio, and Violent J is like, yo, man, you want to jump on? We about to do a cipher. We've been doing a couple ciphers and shit. You want to jump on? I'm like, fuck,
why
yeah,
not?
You kidding me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, we gonna record it today and shit. And he was like, well, I gotta make sure that it's cool with everyone else when they come in, because we a family and we don't just no problem, absolutely no problem. First people to come in is Twisted. I'm sitting down in the studio, the beat's playing. They come in like, hey, what up, dope? Like, man, I just seen you on TV this weekend. I'm watching with my kids. They're like, oh yeah, thanks, man, I appreciate it. Like, dog, I've never known anybody on fucking TV, dog. How the fuck did you land, do dog? Like, man, just flashing the man, that shit's dope as fuck. Right. And so then Violent J comes in, he's like, yo, let me talk to you guys outside. Takes them outside, asks them, I guess if it's cool, if, they're like, fuck yeah. So when they come back in, Joe's like, yo, man, okay, this is what we doing, this a concept, this and that. So, fucking, Twisted sits down on both sides of me and shit, and J-Mo's just rolling, passing, Mad Rocks, I'm sorry, rolling, passing me weed. I'm like, damn, in my head, I'm like, it's like being where I'm used to being, because that's how we do, you know what I'm saying?
You comfortable.
Yeah. we're not even done with the weed, and he's rolling up and passing me some more. And in my mind, I'm like, damn, okay, all right, like, cause you know, everybody knows Twist is dope, man. You know what I mean? I had my first introduction to Psychopathic. ICP was here, and Twisted was like just not even a tier under. They were more closer to my bracket of the times.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
Okay, so they were dope as fuck to me. So for them guys to sit down next to me and we're writing together, I'm not even thinking this is my first introduction. I'm just thinking like, these dudes are dope. I've seen them at the gathering.
Right.
I'm a fan. And so, you know, him passing me the weed, I'm like, man, this is fucking all right. Yeah, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm smoking this shit. I almost wanted to tell that nigga, yo, fam, slow down.
Right.
But
I've had enough.
I'm me.
And you got because you went in Rome, you know what I'm saying?
So we write our verses and shit, we all kill it and have a fucking great time that day. And that fucking immediate day past when I was hanging with Joey at the gathering and shit, felt like a part of the family.
Wow.
Immediately. It was so much love. ABK came in. Me and Killer, we've been cool since before I was fucking damn near even double it. Like, Killer embraced me as family when he first met me.
He's like that.
That's my big brother. I love him to death.
Love you, bro.
We got a group called the Have Nots. Killer is somebody completely fucking different than anybody I dare ever come across.
You know, he's different. That's a native.
Shout out to our natives, whoop whoop, all of that shit. But Killer, man, that's you know, I got so much love for that dude. I can't even explain it. But
wow.
We've been like that since I first met him. I was doing, I had did something with DJ Clay and did something with a couple of the cats from Psychopathic when I was first introduced to the family, before I was even signed.
Oh, wow.
So I started getting intertwined with people. Way before.
Wow. So it was like a build-up. So by the time the
cipher comes,
everybody,
just I almost said the last piece of the puzzle, but the people that I hadn't hung out with yet was Twisted, pretty much. Twisted and Blaze. You know what I'm saying? Blaze, that's my dude.
Another lyricist.
That nigga is so fucking phenomenally fire, man. I respect him, look up to.
Like y'all voices, man.
Yes, it is.
Y'all got something, man.
So got down on that, and you know, the rest is history. And you know, so after the cipher, I got I don't want to say notoriety, but I got looked at like, oh, who is this cat in their world?
Okay. A new respect.
It was different. It was in their world. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what I was saying. It's like there was like you just can't be a juggalo. Like you just can't.
You got to get the stripes. You got to go
through
the goddamn levels. You know
it's that's no.
And see, I was blessed enough to be like, I was blessed enough to be knighted, anointed by ICP, Violent J, Shaggy Two Dope. I was picked.
Right.
This wasn't a contest I won. This wasn't me sending in demos.
Right.
And all my life I'm trying to.
I wanted to be a juggalo all my life, and I made it. Yay!
I understood and grew to love and learn and love that I was a juggalo. Then after that, I had to go through my trials with the family, all the fans. They don't play no bullshit. You can't just come over here and talk about you a juggalo. What's your favorite ICP album? Well, when did Hell's Pit come out? Who's, you know, shit like, you know, you gotta fucking really, this shit ain't.
You gotta fuck with it. Seriously.
So past all of that and my, you know, tests and different little shits or whatever, man, we did Decipher and shit, man. That's when I got cool as fuck with Twisted. Those are some dudes I look up to and respect, appreciate, and love for who they are as brothers, who they are as artists and entertainers, and who they are as businessmen.
Yes, respect.
Fucking stop
respect,
it, bro. Them boys grew into something that I hope to grow into one day.
Man, I went to Astronomicon 7 last year.
Man, they told me to come this year. I was supposed to go with ABK.
It was a beautiful experience. I never felt at home.
It's like Comic-Con, bro.
It's like Comic-Con. The horror, though.
Yeah, but horror
shit. With the horror.
How smart are they?
Man, look. I, as a brother from the hood, on some You know what I mean? And I got other homies that's like me.
Yeah.
Like Dre, for instance.
Right.
Don, for instance.
Right.
They love, like, we sat down, we watched these movies together.
Period.
However, and I sat back and I was just like, man, wait a minute.
It's like mystery science.
It's science theater.
Yeah, 3000.
Yeah.
How you watch it and you had the comments and all of that shit. That's the dopest shit.
And I was like, this is a universe that we all fit in, even though everybody ain't around.
That's how I became a Juggalo.
Yeah.
I went to the gathering one fucking time, and by my first day, midnight, I was a Juggalo. It's like I had no idea. I had all this family out here meeting all the time, everywhere, all over the goddamn planet.
Yes.
And that's how it happened. So yeah, so you know, the cipher and that shit came out, and after that, you know, me and Violent J, we talked about the Hoodoo and all that other shit, and I was like, man, let's rock it. And I asked him, I said, hey, you know, other artists that you signed up and people that have come here, who has made it that didn't paint up? Who is still here out of the...
Right.
No one.
The mashup, right.
No one. Okay, where's my paint at? People think that, you know, did he make you? Did you, how did you? Nah, where's my paint at? Okay, I'm gonna paint up. Okay, how did you come up with your paint? Oh, you know, this and that. Okay, cool.
Because that was the next question.
I went back, studied symbols, studied signs.
Because your paint is unlike anybody else's.
It's too intricate.
It has meaning. It has definition.
It has meaning and definition. The dots on the side, the dots, all of that.
Yes.
It's a spirituality. It's a leveling. Every cut and intricate fucking dash on my face means something.
Right.
So yeah, blessed, anointed, and I use it for good.
As you should. As you should. Good.
So I was able to transfer that ideology, mix it with growing up on 7 Mile, with impoverished, with nothing. The hustle mentality, hanging out with some of the greatest rappers in Detroit.
Yes.
Growing up under the tutelage of the pioneers, meeting one of the greatest fucking Wizard of Oz's that there has ever been, and we were able to come up with some genius, man, and you know, came up with the paint. And the one thing that I did not do, that I understood, that I did as Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull is my origin story.
Okay.
Crystal Skull, I had to change. That's why you hear a lot of Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope on that, because they were in the studio creating Big Hoodoo with me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because that's what I asked them to do.
Right.
Can you guys come and help?
Because the guidance, listen, bro, you didn't lose nothing.
Can you just be Eshawn?
No.
Right?
I can try to sound like
you have to I don't know what you can do. You are Mud because you're Mud. You come from
different
the Mud. Okay. Violent J is,
yes.
Tupac is, Biggie is. They're who they are because of who they are and where they come from.
Right.
So the inception and the origin story I had to create. And it's from my life, from lives close to me, that were lost, that were hurt or damaged.
Yes, because it was very personal. Like a lot of what I heard, it was a very personal. You talked a lot about your youth, growing up. That
inspiration and that guidance and that tunnel, that lane that I went down was completely helped by my co-pilot, which was Violent J. Shaggy, which was Violent J. Shaggy 2 Dope was there, but Joe has the, hey man, right about when you didn't have nothing and things were hard, you know, and I had never wrote about that shit
kind of shit before, yeah.
And tell the world how I was poor and didn't have, you know what I mean?
Right.
But when he said it, it changed my whole thing. It's
so it got you out of your comfort zone.
it's entertainment.
Right.
It's Stephen King. It's Wes Craven. It's Ice Cube with Friday.
I got you.
Cube is Cube.
Right.
But in Friday, he's hanging out with Smokey. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So I took it as that from my guide.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
And it made more sense to me. So in the music, every song I'm writing Friday.
From the character, from that.
I'm writing Friday.
From the perspective of.
Every song.
Is the origin of Hoodoo of that.
Period.
Solidification.
Period. And he helped guide and bring that out of me and that understanding out of me. Before I was rapping like all other rappers do. I got a Rolex, I got a Benz, but I even hated that. I hated that. If you look back at any of my original music, I never talked about being rich or a super drug dealer because I fucking wasn't. One thing I hated was hearing rappers say, I got a Rolex and a Benz, and when you see them, they're hopping out of a taxi and they don't have any watches.
Most New Yorkers.
That shit irked the fuck out of me, and I didn't want to ever be perceived that way, ever.
Cab riding ass,
ever. So he helped me tap into something that, I guess, for a lack of a better way to phrase it or say it, he helped me tap into something that tapped into everyone.
So what was that like when you finally got to sort of meet everyone?
I had no idea that the music I created reached and was felt by so many people.
Like, what was your first moment, your deepest moment, or give me like maybe two.
I'll give you two. We went on tour for the first time around this country, and I think we were in like Oklahoma, Omaha, somewhere crazy. Never been before. Somebody it was a young guy. I guess maybe late teens, early 20s or whatever, and he was introduced to me by his mom.
Oh wow. Okay.
She's like, "You a big Hoodoo?" Yeah, hey, how you doing? This is my son. He listens to you religiously every day.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, that's dope. And I'm still not even processing that part of it, of someone listening to you every day.
Right.
I'm
religiously every day.
Not even, that concept has not entered my psyche yet. Right? So her even saying it to me, I didn't really grasp it. But when dude was kind of shaking and a little nervous and like almost standoffish, like he didn't even look at me.
Wow.
And he told me, man, that I saved his life. He was he had been thinking, he had a hard life and was thinking of committing suicide for a long time.
Wow.
And he said never had was the first time he heard something that touched him in the way and it saved him, and he was just really choked up and appreciative, and it just changed me, bro. It changed me. The same way that being a 7 Mile West Side hustler, going to the gathering and finding out that I'm a Juggalo changed me.
That's unchangeable. That's a whole nother, you're a new man after that.
And so then multiply that by 45 states that we toured every year. Multiply that by Australia, Canada, South America, UK, Netherlands, and multiply that by that.
Wow.
And so the creation of my art into music, entertainment, stories for people to attach themselves to and to help them through dark times, rough times, fun times, cool, and all of that. It changed my life in a way that God does to the apostles. When you're anointed and when you're touched and when okay, I'm something. I have this calling. I need to go be a preacher.
I got to do this.
That's how it was. Being a Juggalo, becoming Big Hoodoo, giving my life stories, thoughts, inspiration, motivation, determination, and failures to the world was something that changed my life, I think, just as much as it changed the lives of the people who listen to it. And then me being able to go around the world and hear some of those people tell me about it, it rocked my world to the core. And then being a Juggalo and what I was representing and what I was doing became more than I could have ever imagined.
Oh wow.
Now I'm the voice for people that are discouraged, discarded, looked over, fucked over, not giving a shit about. It just changed my whole world, dog. We from Detroit. We could have never imagined, like, I didn't ever give a shit about being a rock star, a rap star, none of that shit. I started rapping because my best friend who taught me how to rap got killed.
Right.
So if you look at that person touching lives and saving lives, that's what I've been told.
Right.
It just changed my whole perspective on the music and the entertainment and the business. It's not business. I'm not selling my music to fans. I'm creating music for my family.
So what would you like to say? Just because that's heartfelt and touching, and it's a lot of juggalos, juggalettes, you know what I'm saying? What would you like to say to them?
I have family all over the fucking world, dog.
Wow.
It's people don't even know how far Juggalos, the family stretches. We're all over the world in the smallest and the biggest places you can ever see or think of. You can pull up, say whoop whoop. Somebody else say whoop whoop. You never met them in your fucking life, and y'all are this. You good anywhere in the world.
Wow.
So as much as that means, as impactful as that is, I have a duty to represent that culture like better than the people that came before me, as the best way that I can to represent the greatness that is my family.
Right.
Juggalos all over the world are great, and I represent them. So I gotta be dope to show the world that they're dope. And if I don't do that, they gonna let me know.
Right.
I'm saying, and if
know.
I ain't doing that, then what the fuck we talking about? You know what I'm saying? And so that's different than having fans, bro. That's different than having fans. I got family all over the fucking world, bro. And that's for Violent J, Shaggy 2 Dope, ICP to share that with me, put me in a position for me to grow, hold my own, show the world what I can do, and then for them to attach to it, show me love, and you know, remember when we was little, you didn't know about music unless somebody played it for you.
Right. There was no marketing. There was
none of that.
It was like an underground.
You got a tape, and somebody played it. You like, oh man, and then you went and got it.
Right.
That's how it is in the Juggalo world.
So it's like you ain't even down, and you get down, and then somebody puts you down.
My family,
wow,
puts other people that ain't even Juggalos up. You gotta hear this shit. Listen to this. You ain't even gotta be a Juggalo. They put it on, listen to it. Like, damn, this is dope. Who is this? This Big Hoodoo. That's how my blessing has expanded, and I'm so proud of that, bro. And I'm so appreciative to my big bros.
Wow.
I'm just a vessel, brother, and having the clarity of who I am in life in this position is different than a rap star.
No, yes, I totally agree. It's nothing fake. It's like you can't fake this in the world of what it is. Like you said, that the fans are hands-on.
I am who I am, and my family
and they love you for that.
Dog, you can't ask for nothing else.
Flaws and all.
Great. And it just
they ain't walking away just
so happened that I'm good at what I do. You know what I'm saying? It just so happens that I'm actually dope when it comes to the music, and I actually have something to say, and people actually appreciate what I say. And they tell me, man, when we was getting played on the radio, I didn't know how far I didn't know people listen to us in Ohio. I had no idea until I met somebody from Ohio. Hey man, that dope. I'm like, wow, what? I didn't know he was getting played in Flint, Lansing. I didn't know he was getting played in jail. Wow. So niggas in Jackson came home like, man, dog, nigga, dope. We like, I had no fucking clue. And I'm like, wow, every fucking Saturday, they had a special privilege to listen to what's next on the menu.
Oh shit!
In Jackson, in period.
So that's how they got their hip hop, and you was there at that time.
And I had no fucking idea.
Wow.
None. Until someone came home and was like, man, what? Nigga, you playing your shit, man? Through the halls. And I was so fucking proud of that. I've never understood the depth of the reach of my talent until a few years or the time when it comes back to me. I'm like, damn, no, okay.
It's that boomerang effect, man. Yeah.
I didn't understand. When we went to the UK, I had, for the first time ever in my life, oh God, I had women crying like I was Michael Jackson when I came out the fucking dressing room. ICP they had their meet and greets, and outside my dressing room door was the line for their meet and greets.
Okay.
So when I came out to go on stage, two women a little ways down, just, oh my God. So I'm walking, I'm like, hey, are you okay? Like, you like, hey, what's going on? I'm getting closer, getting crazier.
What ambulance?
My man had to tell me, yo, man, she's because of you. I'm like, what? I'm kind of like, I didn't understand it. I didn't get it until I saw that. I would have never have known women would freak out seeing me with this paint on or whatever the fuck. It's like, you know what I mean? I had no idea. But I guess the reality of the things that I'm saying to the world and the juggalo that I am resonates outside. And I'm extremely proud of that. I'm extremely humbled by it, and I'm just a servant to the family, man. Making sure that we get seen, we get heard, we get love. You know what I mean? And Violent J, Shaggy Too Dope, they saw it in me. So, you know, I'm extremely appreciative of them helping to push my movement forward. Because they didn't need me, man. ICP and Juggalos, they're
an animal, yes, within their
unto themselves. And so, yeah. So,
however, they may not have needed you. However, that addition and
when
that
Crystal Skull was done, Violent J told me, let's wait to put. Do you want to wait? Let's wait. I think we should wait.
Wait.
Because
so the waiting.
Because of Twisted and because of all the things that everyone left the label and they're gonna be like, da 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 da. I think we should wait. What do you think? I said, fuck that. I ain't waiting for shit. The family is in unrest, turmoil. These people left. Motherfuckers don't know what's going on.
Let's give them something. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what them. Put me on the chopping block, big bro.
Right.
I don't care. No problem. And it was criticism, big ups. It was viewed and judged and all of those.
You gonna get that anyway though with the Juggalos.
And I didn't give a fuck about any of that.
That's dope.
I embraced it all.
That's dope.
Love it or hate it, no big deal. Doesn't matter to me. This is who I am. This is what I'm saying. Like it or lump it.
Right.
I didn't give a shit. I didn't, you hate it. I'm not going, none of that. No big deal. I made the music. I told him, go ahead, let's put it out. Fuck all the negativity and whatever else is going on and shit. And he told me, he was like, man, years from now, this is gonna be a classic. People are gonna look back. People are gonna say, the next 3-4 albums you make,
right?
They're gonna be like, man, this ain't Crystal Skull was his best one. Josie said that to me. I'm like, hey, you know what? They're like, yeah, man, this is gonna be a classic. They're gonna look back at this one, and it's gonna be the blue, like the blueprint or the one they look at. Well, it ain't better than this one. Man, it ain't this one. This one.
You know what it is? You know what it's like?
I didn't believe him.
You know what it's like though?
What's that?
That DLC effect.
Yeah, For sure. For sure.
You know what I mean? It's like hearing this funky enough for the first time, and then the whole album, no one can do it better.
Do this.
It's like
his first album was incredible.
He said no one can do it better, it's like, bro, I don't even think you could do that better.
He told me they're gonna look back later on, years from now. They're gonna look back at this one, and it's gonna be revered, looked at as your best, one of your best, or if not, they gonna.
I say it's a Juggalo album, man.
Yeah.
You was in there. Now, the Chronicles.
The Houdinis. Woo.
The Houdinis.
Yeah.
I've never heard Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope rap that dope.
Thank you.
Then on the song y'all got on that album, when dude said, if it's cold, get used to it. Grab the triple fat goose, hit the juice, and put the boots to it.
Sunshine, I seen the rain, a lot of good times, a lot of pain. So,
fire, bro.
The Houdini Chronicles is my best work to date.
To me,
I feel like, you know, the albums have evolved. My lyricism, my life, my style, everything has evolved.
With some pop blood on there too, man. Yeah,
and I feel like that's my me against the world. The Houdini Chronicles, I feel like, is my me against the world. So everyone is listening and looking. My next album should be All Eyes on Me. If you chronicle it in the Pac phase.
Hoodooism. We're gonna dub it right now.
I say that to everybody. You know when I first got signed to Psychopathic, and they was like, well, what you want to make? I said, I want to make the Chronic. So it was like, what you mean? I want to make the Chronic. I want everybody involved. I want everything together. I want everyone to be in on it to make it the best that it can be, because that's how the Chronic was.
Yes, it was.
Everybody, the Doggy Style, everybody was involved.
Everybody was on that. Yes.
And he made it happen. He made it happen, yeah. So, you know, I put that out. We did around the country first. We did Australia second. I don't know. We went to Australia. This is my first album. I'm popular in Australia as soon as I got there, my nigga.
That's what
This is the Juggalo ICP effect.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You got accents. Good day, Mike.
Yeah, man. That Australia tour was man, it was above and beyond. The other side and under of the world. I had fans. People knowing the music, it just came out. People painting up like me, I just came out.
What's that like when you see them painting up like
unreal?
In the stand, the fans,
fucking real. It still blows my mind when I see it to this day.
Wow.
Because my paint is intricate.
That's what I'm saying. And then that's your own creation versus what
Do you know how dedicated someone has to be to try to fucking
sit there and fuck up and practice and then come back.
I love them. It's. I don't even really sometimes grasp how far the reach and the stretch and the meaning of it all. I really still sometimes don't wrap my mind around it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I do understand that we are very blessed and privileged to be doing what we're doing, man. I can't overstate that enough.
Most definitely.
And for me, it was just humbling and incredible for somebody, to me at that time, of that status. We're talking about platinum selling artists.
Correct.
With their own everything.
Legitimate.
Running, killing merchandise harder than Kmart. I think, yeah. You know, all this, like, you know, for him to reach out, tap my shoulder and say, I want you with me. I think you will be dope and you could do dope things here. It changed my life. And I will never, ever not owe that man and his brother for being my big brothers in this game. Never, never not owe. That's my guy. I love that nigga like 50 Cent. Love Eminem. They're my guys, flat out. They changed my whole entire life and turned the lights on at the crib, my nigga.
Right.
They turned the lights on. So for that, I'm forever in their debt. But you know, it also took me being me and doing what I do in order for that anointing and that privilege or blessing to be able to be achieved.
Right.
He's tapped a couple other shoulders, and them niggas ain't made it.
I've seen it. We've seen him hit the cliff.
I'm the last person Psychopathic signed with this paint on. I don't think that there will be any after me. I'm the last painted up artist from Psychopathic, and I was anointed by the gods. And I'm blessed, and that's a privilege, nigga. And I hold that shit up high on my shoulders. Period.
As you should.
You know what I'm talking about?
You heard that on the Moorish Mudd show.
Whoopata.
Like that.
So, you know, and then after Crystal Skull, I came back with Asylum.
Yeah, the Asylum. Bars, man.
So Violent J, Shaggy 2 Dope, and on all of Crystal Skull. Okay. Asylum.
They kind of let you go like LL Cool J. That was your walking with the Panther.
It's not that they let me go.
They
let me go. You right in the term that you mean it.
Yeah.
I didn't call either one of them to come in and help.
He said, I got this. Let me do it.
The beats were Psychopathic beats, Crystal Skull, Mikey Clark, shout out.
Shout out to Mikey Clark.
Kuma, shout out. You know, I think Eric Davey had, you know, all of that was Psychopathic. Violent J helped with, you know, vocals. Shaggy helped with vocals on the hooks, this and that, this and that. Asylum.
Okay.
Stop it. Okay. I needed Violent J, ICP to show me the wicked ways. Yes. I'm a hood rapper. Show me how to be wicked.
Right.
And that's what they did on Crystal Skull. Helped me.
Right.
Evolve and envelop that
the
wickedness.
Fundamentals and the subject matter. Because,
so,
yeah.
Asylum, I'm a quick learner. Asylum to me has the best intro of any rap album ever. Put it up against anybody. Put it up against anybody. Asylum, my album Asylum, the intro where the schizo dude is talking to his fucking doctor or whatever, to me that's the coldest intro in the game ever. Put it up against anything.
Why not?
Do what you does.
Do what you does. Yeah.
Period. Yeah. And from there, man, every song, every line, every hook, every beat, everything, it's what I did.
That's dope.
And that changed the game. Even people close to me was like, man, this was I was wanting to hear on Crystal Skull. This is, you know,
I got you. Yeah.
They don't understand the origin story. This is not for you.
And it's a format for everybody. Yeah.
You feel me?
Tell a story.
So now Asylum, this is for you. This is for you. This is for you. This is for him. This is for them. I got easy with that. I do that. That's what I does. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And and you know, didn't really need I ain't gonna say a lot of help, but I did get a lot of help. Shout out to Straight Jacket. You know, it was me picking beats and putting what I put into it from what I learned.
Yes.
So now we get to fucking the Houdini Chronicles, my nigga. The Red Book.
The Red Book,
man,
bro.
It's something going around the world, being a Juggalo for years now, being from the slums of Shaolin, Detroit West Side, born and raised, seeing what I've seen, doing what I've done.
Right.
The Red Book was the pinnacle of all that I had seen in my time and I had been through in my time, and the level I was at with my talent. You know, every album would get better. We rap a little better.
Most definitely. There was always elevation.
Every finals.
Yes.
The Bulls get better. The whatever Lakers, they come back strong.
Further and further, right?
So that's how it was for me at that time. And when the Red Book came out, when I finished with the Red Book, COVID hit. I had omega plans for the Red Book, touring, fucking all of this, everything. COVID hit. COVID hit, then I had 2 more kids.
That's like, yeah. That's pause, then the break, double break.
Here's the thing that people don't understand. I never wanted to be a rap star or, you know, whatever the fuck. I hustled and I did music and all of this shit that I'm doing just so I could take care of my babies.
Right.
I'm a stay-at-home dad for real.
That's the dopest.
Real talk.
Working on that.
I go
so
on
hard.
tour and then I come home and I'm just dad. I'm straight up. So
Be your father to your child.
So I've had 2 more, and I have never, in my over a decade of touring the world with ICP and doing whatever, I have never been home in October, which is Riley's birthday.
Right. Yeah, okay. That's different.
So, you know, I had two more kids. We call them the twins and shit. And man, I've been, how long we been rapping, bro? Since we were how old? How long we been running with Proof?
Years,
That's
15,
a dub, something more.
That might be 30 years.
So we've been
almost,
bucking for a long time.
30 years at least.
So when COVID came, I had 2 more beautiful girls. It was time for me to be a stay-at-home dad, man.
So what would you say?
And give it a hiatus.
I got the hiatus. So we taking it back from the Chronicles to the hiatus.
We can do it.
So what's next? Just tell them real quick what's next. What we got coming?
What's next is
we got something coming. We ain't want to put them up on.
I want everybody to tune in for what's next, because I'm not gonna tell you right now because I know how bad you want to know. All right, cool. See you in a minute. Whoop whoop.